Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. Today we're looking at Bitcoin, and I've had some breakthroughs finding certain charts where we can get some high probability counts. But I just want to show you the major differences between multiple different exchanges to show you how difficult it has been. First of all, if you look on the left, this is a leverage exchange, BitGet, and you can see this made a new low to the previous pivot here. This is the daily chart right here. And on the right, you can see we didn't make a new low. This is on Bitstamp. This is kind of the breakthrough chart I've found is Bitstamp, where we can get kind of a high probability count on it. So that's showing you the new low we made on BitGet there and the not new low we made on Bitstamp. I'll show you another one here. I have been using Binance here because it has the most volume. But again, I want to show you here on the 4-hour the differences. So look between the two charts here. So if I go to this low, you can see on Bitstamp, it was a little bit of a higher high than the low here. And then the next wave over, if you view that in close, we made a lower low on Bitstamp, but a higher high on Binance. After that, we had a correction up. We made a double bottom on Bitstamp, or a slightly lower low, but a higher high on Binance. And this has been the chart that I've been charting off of. So the last couple of days I've just been going over all the exchanges to try and find the one with the most high probability count, and that one has been Bitstamp. And let me show you the differences. I'll put my count overlays here. If you were watching the videos earlier in the week, we got the direction right. We've been looking for move up to this area for forever. And we are also considering the option that if we got one more low, we might get a triangle. Clearly, it's not a triangle now, on Bitcoin at least. Or if it is, it's a very oddly shaped triangle where we might have to extend out. And this gets moved down here before we get our E. But I'll show you the differences on Bitstamp in a moment. And here we had this as a three-wave pattern because we didn't make a lower low here, didn't make a lower low here without it being three waves. So take a look at this chart. Again, the direction is still the same up here before lower lows, but it's very interesting on Bitstamp how much cleaner the count is. Let me show you that now. So this was our high up here, and I have this as a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our wave 1. Had a correction ABC up to between the 50 and the 618 of this down wave. We then had, because we made a lower low here, we had 5 waves down hitting the 1.618. On a bunch of the other exchanges, this was the low and didn't make a new low. So I'm thinking this could potentially be the chart to follow. And this is the cash market, not the USDT. It's just the US dollar. So that looks good. Then we had a 3-wave correction, deep for a 4th wave, but still between the 50 and the 618. Didn't overlap with the 4th. And then we had a 5-wave move down as a slightly lower low, pretty much a double bottom, as you can see. Very, very slight, but it totally makes sense now. Everything we've been looking for. Again, the direction's still the same. We still had the right idea that we needed another move up, but this is just so much more cleaner. And I overlaid a pitchfork here, as you can see. For our 3rd wave at the 1.618 extension, we came out to the outer warning line here, came up, rejected right at the trend line, came down, hit target here. and then we started to come out of the pitchfork. So it looks good for that as well. And now I've overlaid a second pitchfork to the upside here. It might have to get adjusted into a modified pitchfork depending how long this takes. Modified pitchfork just makes it a channel, which is just this pivot low, the start of the A wave off our X wave here, extended out like so. That's all a modified is. It just makes a channel. So anyways, if our correction finished here as a 5-wave move, I still have the question that we had last time. Is this actually a flat where we had an ABC zigzag, expanded flat for our B wave? So we have an AB and then 5 waves down as a flat, or an expanded flat, I mean. If that's the case, then we have a 3-wave move up. So this would be a W wave, and we're making our X wave, and we come down for a 5. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there, but I'm glad I went over all these charts because you can see it's such a cleaner count. If I go back to Binance, you can see that was this is where the third ended on Bitstamp. And then we had another 5th wave that double bottom, and all these are higher highs. And it just makes such an ugly count, which is why I had to consider the fact that maybe this was the high over here and extending out that way. But I think we can get way more detailed now that we've found this chart here. On Bitcoin on Bitstamp. Oh, where'd my drawings go? There they are. So getting back to that, down to the hourly. Have this as a expanded flat. If you take our extension of our A wave up as a third, and then you put on the 1.236 to 382, that comes to the most probable area for our B wave between the 105 and 1.382. So here had our A, B, and this would have to be an ending diagonal where you got 5 waves up here, 5 waves up here. That's our wave 1. We had a flat correction, and we have a little ABC in here. If you go down to the 15-minute, it would come down ABC. So that gives us a flat correction as our W wave. We came down in a double zigzag. ABC correction ends here, ABC. And now we're looking for, this is a 3-wave pattern, double zigzag. We're looking for our B wave and then looking to come up in 5 afterwards. Could finish at any time here and then come up for 5. And this would be a double 3. 2 flats back to back. Now, so we're looking for the area between the 50 and the 618 of this down wave, which is right up here. Zoom in for you. Which one's lower? 28587. Yeah, we'll use linear for this one. It's the closer of the two prices. Let's get this on the left side so we can read the prices. So looking between 28,391 and 29,165 for the most probable area to pivot. Our 1-to-1 extension of our W wave off this X wave is 28,185. Comes up a little shy, but we might get up to between the 1.236 and 1.382 there at 28,733, 29,77. So looking for this to fill out. One thing to consider, remember we always use the question, what happens if we start to reject from here. And I would consider the fact that this X wave could get bigger and come over here. We've pivoted between the 50 and the 618 of the last wave here already, but we have 3 waves up. I have this as an A wave and a flat correction, but off 3, if this turns into an impulse, get a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, then this could be our X wave and we just have an ABC down before making higher highs. So keep that in mind. I'm currently long on Bitcoin. I've been long for a while, as you guys know. I didn't end up taking the short because we didn't get that last wave down we were looking for to the trend line. So just my longs open on Bitcoin. And I'm going to add a little more here. I didn't get fully in. I got 2/3 into my position. So I'm going to put on a retracement tool of this last A wave up on the micro. Right on the pivots. We'll extend that out. So I'm gonna, if we come back down here to this area, I'm gonna add my 1/3 position I have left to add, and my stop's going to go at this low here. And if we do make that larger X wave, I'll look to re-enter lower. So that's what I'm doing, guys. My trade is in profit already at the moment, but looking for this last 5 waves up to the upside for another flat correction. All right, thanks for watching. I would suggest using this chart here on out for this correction, because after that, expecting a pretty big dump to the downside. Currently as either a zigzag, so we get another 5 waves down. This correction becomes a double zigzag. 5, 3, 5 becomes a bigger zigzag. Probably look like a head and shoulders pattern. Or in the even bearish scenario, this could turn into 5 waves to the downside itself, but that's pretty extreme. I'm just going to stick to the double zigzag for now for targeting, but that's a couple videos out. We just need to get this move up. I'm looking to take profit between the 50 and the 618 of this down move. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I will update this regularly. I hope you didn't get into the triangle position I showed. We were looking for 1 wave down more to even consider it a triangle. It's become clear that it's not at the moment. So looking for this last ABC. All right, guys, thanks for watching.